Nuclear energy. Many scientists say nuclear energy is our future. Many normal people aren't so sure. I think most of us worry about nuclear energy. We hear on the news about the dangers of nuclear power. Many years ago there was a big accident in Chernobyl, Russia. A nuclear reactor caught fire and melted. Because of this, deadly radiation spread across the whole of Europe. There were reports that sheep in England caught radiation sickness. I think things are safer now. Many countries trust nuclear energy. France and Japan each has dozens of nuclear power stations. I think it's probably a good idea. We really need to stop using fossil fuels. Nuclear power is a lot less harmful to the environment. Perhaps we need to spend more money on making it safer.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? And welcome back to a new lesson. Today's lesson is interesting. Why? Because you need this lesson one day, whether it's today, this month, next month, or in the following years, you need it because today's lesson is about traveling, trips, picnics, or journeys. Okay? So the first topic that we will focus on today is checking in at the airport. Checking in means to enter somewhere, okay? Enter somewhere and then confirming information, okay? So when you enter the airport, usually you have to check your information, okay? Check everything, starting from your ticket, your passport, if you don't hold a fake passport, if you don't hold a fake ticket, you have to check all of the information that you've got, and you have to check the gates, okay, everything. That's why today's lesson is really important. And if you look at the title, it is the flight on time, or is the flight has been delayed? Okay, is it on time or it has been delayed? So this is it. Is the flight on time? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Okay, yes, it is. The flight on time. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. The flight is not on time. It has been delayed. It has been delayed. And let's look at the vocabulary section. It says, circle the correct word to complete each sentence. Okay, for each we have 2 or 3 options, and we have to choose only one. Let's start from the first one, which is I always try to get window seat or aisle seat. Okay, the S is silent. We don't say aisle or aisle. I'll see it because I like to look at the clouds during the flight. So we have window seat just next to the window, and we have the aisle seat. It's in the middle. So if this is the plane and this is the window, this is the aisle seats in the middle, and these are the window seats. Okay, so the window seat, aisle seat. Okay, in Kurdish we call it kۆرسی بێ زەحمەت. Okay, the one in the middle. Usually inside the bus we call it that. Okay, because each time you want to get off from the bus, you have to get permission from somebody to allow you to pass through the bus because it's right in the middle. Okay, you cannot jump over the person inside the bus, so you have to get permission from him. Okay, this is it. So I have to because he wants to look at the clouds, so he has to take the window seat. The second one is I have a cost-ticked economy. Means a cost-ticked economy. Let's say the cheapest one. How much do I have to pay to upgrade or board to business class? I have to upgrade. Okay, means changing the ticket type from the economy to business one. Okay, sometimes it's called first class, business. Okay, we have these types of tickets: economy, business, first class. When you sit at the gate, terminal, and emergency exit row, you have to be strong enough to help people off the plane if there is an accident. So usually it's when you sit at the emergency exit row. Okay, because if anything happens on the plane, then you have to help people to get off the plane through the door. Okay, you have to help them with the bags, with the stuffs they got, with their luggage. Okay, you have to help everybody. If you the fourth one, if you don't want to carry heavy bags on the plane with you, you can use your boarding pass, check your luggage, take a carry-on bag. Take a carry-on bag. Okay, because they usually take the bags and the heavy luggage from you, and they will put it at the back of the plane. There's a designated place for it on the plane, and they usually take it from you and they put it there. Number 5, you can put small bags and coats, or maybe your laptop, in the security check or overhead bin. Overhead bin. Basically, it's a location, it's a place, it's a designated place just above your head on a plane, so you can put let's say portable small stuffs there. Okay, this is it. Part B says, pair work. Take turns talking about your travel preferences. Okay, how do you like to travel? What do you like to take with yourself? When do you like to travel? How do you like to travel? This is your travel preferences. Okay, let's take a look at this example that says, while I travel, I want to take a window seat, buy a first class ticket, let someone to take all of my luggage to the carry-on bag, and put my laptop in overhead bin. And I can add something else to them by saying, and I usually like to travel in summer. I want to spend my holidays in the Europe, or in the UK, or in the Maldives, or in Turkey. Okay, you can write more examples just like this. Okay, or you can also say, I usually book two-way or rounded tickets because they are usually cheaper. Of course, rounded tickets are cheaper. Now let's move to the conversation section, which is about Nicholas, an airline employee, okay, or a flight servant.
Lesson 25. Is the flight on time? Page 62. Conversation. A. Listen. Does Nicholas want an aisle seat or a window seat? How much luggage does Nicholas have?
May I have your passport, please?
Yes, here it is.
Thank you. Let's see. Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?
I'd prefer a window seat, please.
Okay. I have a window seat in row 12. Are you checking any luggage?
Yes, I'd like to check 2 pieces of luggage.
Okay. Here is your boarding pass.
Thank you. My flight is leaving from gate 14, right?
Yes, your flight is departing from gate 14. Enjoy your flight.
Great. This was the conversation. Okay. We have a boarding pass. What's boarding pass? It's just like a piece of paper. After checking all of the information, your passport, your ticket, if they are, let's say, original, if they're not fake, they will give you a piece of paper and usually put it inside your passport, and so you can pass on board. I mean, on the to the plane, to inside the plane. Okay. Without this paper, you cannot get on board, get inside the plane. Okay. We have the next. It's time to check and improve our listening skills. So we have part C. It says, write the 3 extra sentences you hear in the conversation. Practice. Then you conversation. Okay, so yep, let's hear out the conversation. Okay, are you ready? Of course, I'm sure you're ready.
Page 62. Conversation. C. Listen. Write the 3 extra sentences you hear in the conversation. Practice the new conversation.
May I have your passport, please?
Yes, here it is.
Thank you. Let's see. Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat? The flight isn't very full. Or an aisle seat. The flight isn't very full. The flight isn't very full.
The flight isn't very full. The flight isn't very full, isn't.
I'd prefer a window seat, please.
Okay. I have a window seat in row 12. Are you checking any luggage? How many pieces of luggage do you have? Seat in row 12. Are you checking any luggage? How many pieces of luggage do you have?
How many pieces of luggage do you have? Basically, it means how many bags do you have? Because luggage usually during the flights is, let's say, bags.
Yes, I'd like to check 2 pieces of luggage.
Okay. Here is your boarding pass. You can walk down the hall and go through security. Here is your boarding pass. You can walk down the hall and go through security. Here is your boarding pass. You can walk down the hall and go through security.
You can walk down the hall and go through security. Security, okay?
Thank you. My flight is leaving from gate 14, right?
Yes, your flight is departing from gate 14. Enjoy your flight.
Okay. This was it, guys. Now let's take a look at the summarize of today's lesson. Language booster. Notice the things an airline employee might say when we check in at the airport and ways we can confirm information. So the first question is, are you checking any luggage? By the way, luggage is uncountable. You cannot say luggages. Luggage, uncountable, okay? You cannot add s to it. So are you checking any luggage? Another question. Do you have two-way ticket? How many kilograms do you have in each bag? Let's say you have 2 bags, and I'm going to ask you, how many kilograms do you have in each bag? Because usually you can, this is not a constant. It's most of the airline services are like 30 kilograms plus 7 kilograms. This is for the overhead bin for the small bag, and this is for the carry-on bag. Okay, so 37 or 35 kilogram is like, let's say, the standard for most of the airline services. So are you checking any luggage? You can say, yes, I'm checking only 1 bag. Yes, I'm checking 2 bags. No, I'm checking 3 bags. Okay, I'm checking 3 bags, 2 luggage and 1 my laptop bag. Okay, this is how you can answer to that question. Your flight is departing from gate 14. Yes, my flight is departing, means it's flying from gate 14. No, actually it's not 14, it's 10. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. It's from gate 9. Okay, next is, you'll be seated in an emergency exit row. Is it okay? Yes, it is okay. No, actually it's not okay. I don't like it. Can I change the seat? Yes, you can change it. You'll be seated in an emergency exit row. Walk down the hall and go through security. Okay, this is it. This is they tell you after checking all of your information. Okay, they tell you, okay, everything is correct, everything is confirmed. You can walk down the hall and go through security so you can get on board. Okay, you can say, is the flight on time? Or you can say, dinner will be served on the flight. Want it? We have dinner. Or you can say, lunch will be served on the flight. Want it? Or you can say, breakfast will be served on this flight. Want it? Or you can say, is the flight on time? I hope it will not be delayed. I hope it will be on time. Yes, your flight is on time. No, unfortunately, your flight is not on time. This is it. Let's take a look at part B, and we have another example. It says role play a conversation between an airline employee and a customer. Ask about checking luggage and a gate number. It says, are you checking any luggage? Yes, I'm checking 4 bags. My flight is leaving from gate 5. Okay. And sometimes you may have extra weights. Okay, you can say, well, I'm checking 5 luggage. I have 5 extra kilograms and I'm ready to pay the penalty, or I'm ready to pay the extra fee. It's 5 extra kilograms, so I think it can be about $50 extra. Okay, because if you exceed the maximum allowed weight, you have to pay a fee if you want your bags to get on board. Okay, it's called penalty or extra weight allowance. So before you travel, check the maximum allowed weight in kilogram, of course. And now we have the pronunciation. It's stress in 2-syllable words. I want to remind you of a rule that I told you before, which is usually in the noun words. When we have a noun, and the noun is 2-syllable, the stress is usually on the first syllable. So we have stress here. Okay, this is a general rule. I'm not saying this rule is always true, but it's just like a general rule of a thumb, like a general rule as a rule of thumb. Okay, the stress is on the first syllable. You can see these words: airport, window seat, checking any luggage, or customs. Customs means checkpoints or securities. Okay, let's hear out the pronunciation tip.
Page 63. Pronunciation. A. Listen to people asking questions at an airport. Notice the stress is on the first syllable of many 2-syllable words. 1.
Is this an international airport?
2.
Are you checking any luggage?
3.
Do you mind sitting in an emergency exit row?
4.
Would you like a window seat?
5.
Do I have to go through customs?
Great. And now we have the conversation section, or speak with confidence. If you're ready, we're moving to the conversation section where we will be having a conversation together. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. Welcome back everyone to the conversation section. So let's kick off this conversation. So tell me, where do you fly? Okay. Do you know your flight is in which gate? Okay. How many kilograms are allowed on the plane? So, who did drive you on board? Who did drive you on board? Oh, wow. That's nice. And what is the type of your ticket? Okay. Great. Okay. And where do you sit in the plane? Inside the plane, I mean. Great. Great. You can check your luggage here, and do not forget to wait for them in the luggage claim or luggage reclaim section when you land, okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.